It's August 22nd and I am headed back up to the land. And the reason I'm headed back up is I finally have some bears hitting the stations. First part of the week, I was really worried about it. Wasn't getting anything on camera, wasn't getting raccoons, birds, squirrels, nothing. So I really started doubting the locations that I had picked. In the last 24 hours, gotten bears at both stations. Last 48, I've gotten a bear at one pretty consistently. So I'm gonna go up and kind of check how much he's been eating. And the only reason I'm doing that is because it doesn't look like he's eating much, which has me a little bit concerned that maybe my hole's a little bit too small. It's a 5-inch by 5-inch hole. I've got some pictures of him reaching in, but I just don't have a lot of pictures of him looking like he's sitting there eating. So it's a little bit concerning, but I also feel that maybe it's my camera settings. You know, I have a delay of 5 minutes. So he could be reaching in, getting food, eating it, and I'm not catching him eating on camera just because I don't need 1,000 pictures of him eating. So that's why I have it set that way, but he's there. I'm not gonna go to the other station because that bear seems a little bit smaller. I'm gonna see if just exactly what kind of consistency I get on that station before heading back out there to refill that. So yeah, just kind of going back on my last video, you know, I talked about putting 2 stations on the same property. I talked to some bear hunters and kind of got some advice from them, and they said, you know, with the size of my property, putting 2 stations on there, I'd really only be baiting the same bears, and what I need to do is create more competition. So their suggestion is to go, you know, 5 miles away, place another station. That way it ups your chances too that you'll hit an area that has bears in the area to hit your station. So made a lot of sense, so that's what I did. So that's why I changed my strategy going into last weekend. But we are 7 minutes away from hitting the property and gonna fill up a little bit of food in the buckets and we'll head out and see what we get. All right, we're getting some. What I'm trying to do, send it out in the field. I go every other scoop. I am gonna go 4 buckets. Then I'll just keep, but if he hasn't, I want him to get a place that have been showing up. You know, didn't have anything, and then the next thing you know, raccoons coming in. Put our lids back on. It's back on. I'm gonna get some rubber gloves to bring with when I do the grease. I'm gonna move this bad boy. Get my rubber boots on. We're set to go. This bad boy. Station. Put it in. Oh, boy's around here someplace. I want to make enough noise that he knows I'm here. I want to get in here. Let's see what this old boy. Oh yeah. Let's see where he's laying down. Let's see. Oh yeah. He's getting in there. That's good. That's real good. Not a ton. Bring this one back here now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray this stuff right around the ditch here.
Some grease there. He's coming in right there. So that's where it looks like he's coming in at. There's a buck in there. This area. Okay, so this is 7:08. All right, so it's 7:08. Hopefully, he'll be back sometime tonight. All right, just leaving the property. Probably took about an hour, which wasn't so bad. You know, could have gone a little bit faster. I could have had those buckets filled prior to getting here, kind of like I planned for next time. Had to move some four-wheelers, but I'll be better suited for the next time we've kind of up. I don't know if you could tell, he's eaten about half. So I put 4 5-gallon buckets in, and he'd eaten about half. That was in the bait station. Now it could be raccoons too, eating some of that. He's definitely getting it, so that's good. At least I hope he is. I'm gonna change my settings when I get back, so maybe I get a little bit more frequent pictures, or maybe get them sent more often throughout the day. They're around, I think 7:08 is when I was leaving the bait stations. So, you know, I don't know if you could see with the cameras, but you could definitely see where he's coming in. You can kind of see that barrel trail coming through the woods. So I loaded that up with grease. And then he also lays down right in front of the barrel. So I poured some grease in that so that he lays down and that gets in his coat and maybe attracts some other animals, bears, hopefully. But I don't think he's too far off. I've got a beaver pond that I think has some water in it right now. So I think he's denning up over there. It's just my gut feeling. You can get the water, it's shady over there. It's kind of a swamp area. So I am going to post pictures, and this will be later, but these pictures here are from my 8:00 p.m. on the 22nd. Stay tuned for more updates as we get closer to the official kickoff to the 2025 Minnesota State bear season.